Okay, so one of the biggest projects that we're working on right now is that we need to build a better insulated composting toilet so that when it comes wintertime and we have to poop, we're not chilly. So step one of that is to move some chest freezers. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Okay, so where are we bringing it?
Towards the pine tree where it's ultimately going to be installed, but it just hurts my heart to think that we have to cut the refrigerant lines. What if they actually have Freon in them?
Do we have to?
Well, wait a minute. You can remove it. You just take these two screws out. That's the first time I've seen it. You take these two screws out, you pull this entire apparatus out.
Oh, awesome.
Yes! We don't have to release it to the atmosphere. We can just
Put it in
let somebody recycle it.
Okay, so should I go get a
Flathead.
flathead? All right. Okay, so let's see here. We need, here's a drill, and here's a bit kit. All the bits we need to remove the Freon. So Avni, what we need to do, you see this? You know what this is?
No.
So this is the Freon cooler of the freezer. So there's a lot of chemicals in here that are cooled down, and then it cools down the whole thing. And so we need to remove this because we want to use the freezer as a vessel for the toilet and not as a freezer. And so we don't want the chemicals leaching into the ground, so we're going to remove it now.
Okay. That does not smell good.
No. Okay, now we just need to cut a few wires and the whole apparatus is going to come out.
You yelled screwdriver.
Here we are. It's out. Look at this thing. It's crazy. So we still have to unattach it from the bottom, but it's out of the main housing. What does the condenser do?
The condenser is the part of the Carnot cycle which releases the heat.
Oop.
Like the same.
So now we're ready to flip it on its side.
Going this way. Going this way. There we go. Wow, it's basically out. You just have to snake that through there. Very easy. Okay, so now that we've done this, Gil, can you give me a
synopsis?
Yeah, give me a synopsis. What's going on with this device?
Basically what's about to happen here, we're going to cut a hole here and one here. We shall put a toilet seat around this hole, and a way to seal it, God willing, this is where we shall poop. Well, except for, that's how real hippies do it. There will be latches here and here, but I don't think we can put a latch on the bottom, although it does have a lock. This is going to have a heating element inserted into it of minuscule amount. It's like a starter. A starter doesn't move the car. It just gives the initial force to get it to move itself. The heating element is the starter that gets the black soldier fly larva warmed up enough to eat. Then their metabolism will keep the place in here warm. When that's done, we crank it up a little bit and get it to a thermophilic phase. But we do need to insert air input for oxygen, vent to off gas, drainage for liquid. Not to specify what kind of liquid, but whatever liquid.
Do we want it so that two people can poop at the same time? Have a pooping party?
I think so. I mean, we can accommodate. I don't know if people want to have that level of codependency, but we want to also accommodate for conjoined twins.
Okay, so now we're putting the fridge on the cart and we're bringing the cart to the place where the pooper is going to be built. And here we go.
Chickens in the house? What is going on? Get out of here. Hey, I think the problem is that we gave them too much food. Now they feel entitled.
That's as far as we're gonna go?
We don't have a path yet.
Okay, so the pooper is gonna eventually live right through the woods back there, but we need to cut a path before we can move the freezer, and we don't have time to do that today. So stay tuned for Freezer Pooper Part 2. Goodbye for now.